ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Xavier Hendricks. And of course, I am accompanied by many people. But before I get into everyone else, let's just welcome my co-host, Mr. J. Perry. Designer.
What's happening? Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Interesting topic that lies ahead. You can tee everything up today, broski, but it's always an honor and a privilege to be on a beautiful Monday morning. Our last Monday for the year. It's been an amazing year, but yeah, we out here. We got the home dogs. We're gonna be speaking about, broski.
We got a good topic coming up today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome somebody that you are very familiar with. He was on the show last week and we had a great time. And despite that, we ended up sitting for another 2 hours after the show talking about a bunch of stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Not the Average Joe. Mr. Joe.
Yeah. What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? Another new week, new blessings, new victories.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Big facts.
And it just dropped there. Yeah.
It's so I'll leave you there. I'll leave you with that one. And then, of course, Mr. Aldrin Miller. What's happening, my G?
Yo, what's happening, bro? How you doing this morning? To all our viewers, top of the morning, top of the afternoon, and top of the evening, to wherever you tuned in around the world and whatever time you're watching. We got a hot topic here this morning.
Hot topic. Go tell your peeps.
You got the fro popping.
You know, I'm a soul man. Like I said in the beginning, I'm a soul man in the army of the Lord. Let's see
how many of those we can drop today. It's like we got a hot topic. Excuse the
hot topic.
See how many puns we can get going. Then of course, we got none other than Mr. Jesse Hendricks. What's happening?
Good morning to all the viewers out there. You slock it. Hey, it's the first time on the show with Joe.
Yeah, man.
Good, eh?
It's going to be good.
Speaking to him after shows. Behind the scenes.
Hey, let's do this, man. It's weird that we had to meet like this on this kind of show.
On this kind of topic.
Yeah, on this kind of topic, But yeah,
it's good. Let's get in.
Yeah, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. So this is some may find a controversial conversation to have. However, if you have not yet been in this world or are not on your way to this world somewhere, somehow, I would assume that over 90% of the world's population has either seen it, come into contact with it, had to deal with it some way, shape or form, or has fallen prey to this very, very issue that we are discussing here today. This issue is multi-pronged. It really goes all over the place, from human trafficking to addiction to causing relationship issues, to some people saying there's nothing wrong with it, to some people saying there's a lot wrong with it. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, we are discussing the issue of pornography, which also coincides with masturbation, which also goes with, we just finished November. Some people were calling it No Nut November, and
I thought it was November, like beer.
It's now No Nut November.
Everybody's coming with different things, man.
Different things, and the challenge was to abstain for the whole month of November. Okay. And different people were sharing their stories online about how they stayed away from it and what effects it had. And
I know you don't bust it all the time, bro.
Straight into it.
All right, so let's get the topic going, gents. Let's start with you there, Mr. Joe. What's your thoughts on this issue here, man?
Yeah, so let's get the Vaseline. And let's get into this. So
before you go, let's just welcome the viewer here. We got Jean already on here. He says good morning. My people.
Top of the morning.
Monday. Looking forward to this show. That's gonna be good, my brother. It's gonna be good. Let's get into this topic. Sorry, Joe. Sorry I cut you off there. Jump into it, my brother.
I know, full up. I always finish. So
you always finish what you start.
It's gonna be a
long show.
Hey man, so my view on porn is I'm gonna just come out swinging hard.
Oh, for it.
Excuse the pun.
So my view on porn is it's highly destructive to you know, yo, what's up, man?
My bad, I can't do this show.
Nah, Jay, bro.
Okay, my
I think
bad,
it's
my
highly destructive to a young mind, you know, a developing mind, you know. Let's put our phones on silent.
Sorry.
A developing mind, you know, a mind that's in a relationship, a mind that's growing in a relationship. It's very destructive. And also, before we go even to the Engels no.
The nuts and bolts.
Yeah, before we go to what it causes and what it does to your spiritual walk, your mentality, your mental state, just the industry itself is a shady, bad industry. Like you said, it has ties in human trafficking, drugs, you name it, everything. It's just a very dangerous industry, a degrading industry for females and males as well, and animals as well. Yeah, we
We going there.
Yeah, you're right, bro.
Let's Jess, what's your viewpoint? We're just warming up, gents. We just putting our toes into the water here to see what it feels like here, the temperature.
Look, what's this man about to say?
I go for it, bro.
Personally, I agree with Joe on that terms of it can become destructive in a way in terms of, especially if you get addicted and you know just every day this is the thoughts that's running through your mind. You see a female walking, you might think, yeah, lekker. And that's things that start running through the gent's mind and stuff like that. And I feel like it gets to a point where you just can't control it anymore. When the urge hits you, you say, I go into the toilet quickly. You at work now, yeah. I play football. When I was in the UK, hey, the gents love this thing. The gents used to love it.
They know to say.
They know.
You know already when someone's so long in the toilet.
Yeah. And they're not even scared to say it. When they come out, they say, yeah, lekker session.
They're changing room.
Open. They open.
Amen.
The one used to go into with his Beats Pearl because he had like this. And he actually played loud in the toilet.
Just for effects.
Just for he needed surround sound. Because you know the sound in the toilet is lekker. So he just
Homies are tripping, bro.
But it's real though.
It's real, and I'm sitting there and I'm
Facts.
thinking.
Let's have an open convo.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, is this guy that addicted that literally after a match he goes? After supper, he goes. Before training, he goes. And it's like, when do you stop? And that's when I sat and I was thinking to myself, this thing can become a problem. Because even the way he speaks about girls in general, you could actually hear from the way he speaks. Like, even when he walks past, sorry for the language, but it's just, that MILF now. There's a MILF there and all things like that. It's like, this thing took over his brain and it's like,
he's consumed.
He's consumed by it, and that's all his thoughts are about. Literally, that's all he worries about. And that's when I realized, this can become a big problem. Because at first it was like, the gents are just enjoying themselves doing the tea.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It does become.
It's healthy for you. That's what they say.
They use all sorts of excuses. Okay, Mala, let's jump in it, bro.
Bro, I think
we're just touching base with everyone. Then we're gonna now get into
awesome.
the nuts and
I
bolts.
think this thing is, like many of the gents are saying, it's
Like
very
he said.
destructive, bro. But I think one thing that these companies do, is try and get them when they're young. Because when you get them when they're young, like the likelihood.
Which companies you talking about?
No, I'm just speaking about
the
in
hubs
general.
and all that.
Yeah,
Okay,
just get them when they're young.
Yeah.
Because that means, when you get them when they're young, they have a longer run using their product. So you'll see that major corporates, they have something called youth propositions, meaning that they want them to get on there as young as they are. So when they reach the age of 25, 26, they can say, I've been using your product for 20 years. You'll hear our parents even say, I've been using this product for almost 50.
Brand loyalty.
Yeah. So they want to get them while they're young so that they can use the product for as long as possible. So I think that this thing is a big deal when it comes to the youth, and it's destructive, bro. It's killing dreams. It is killing purpose. It's killing calling. It's killing just the likelihood of or the chances of you becoming an utter success.
Before we go to Jay, listen, thank you guys so much for watching today. We got a bunch of you online already. Listen, it's an interesting topic. We're going to get into the thick of it now. Everyone's just kind of opening up with their opening remarks here, and then we're going to get straight into it. But please, what I want you guys to do is become part of the conversation. Drop something in the comment section. They say what you think. Say if you think, no, it's natural, it's part of your growing up journey and things. And then also say if you think it's destructive. If you're free and if you're off it and you feel like you want to speak about what it's done in your life, drop us a comment in the comment section. We'll read what you have to say. And so that's all I want to ask you guys, to just engage on that conversation. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents. This is not only a gentleman.
Let's get it.
It's also ladies involved here.
Paris.
Although there's only gents today on the panel, but Paris.
Yeah, bro. I think for me, I'm not gonna speak from a Christian viewpoint. I think there's good and bad to it. Of course, the bad is what the gents have been saying. It's destructive. You lose purpose, and why you tripping, bro? You lose purpose and everything. But I think the good side to it, many would say, is that it allows you to be intimate with anyone in the world. It allows you to be intimate with anyone in the world.
What?
And no. Listen.
We with you,
The
bro.
good still leads
Linda.
to the bad. It still leads to the bad. But a lot of people would say that it also compresses time. We always have this chat, bro, about the negative side of it, bro. That if you tryna how can I say, bust one in a mommy. Well, we gents, let's talk.
Let's
if
go.
you're trying to do that to a woman, what would take you 3-4 months to get to that point, for another gent, it's just compressed in one moment. What would take a guy going out for dinner first and getting that from say your wife or your significant other is compressed into one moment.
So what Jay is saying is that you don't have to...
Which does, how can I say, it is destructive at the end of the day, because...
You're speaking about education.
No, Jay is
what I
saying
think-
you don't have to go through the whole thing
Yeah,
of
I think
dating
if
and
you
going
meet
to
someone,
coffee
you don't
and
have
things.
to pay
You
for
just
it,
open your
so
phone or your
yeah.
computer and then...
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's
You enjoy
efficient.
yourself.
Oh, yeah,
so
I
it's
agree with you.
Relationship robbing.
It's relationship robbing. That's what I was
Okay.
getting to, bro.
Okay.
Which is at the end of the day destructive. So yes, it's not good, but I thought I'd just lay it out
Okay,
on the
so
floor
I want to
there.
take this conversation in a whole nother direction real quick, right? And I want us to be open and honest now. Now, number one, the first thing I want to put on the table is gents around the table, right?
Yeah.
Have we ever been stuck on this thing before, right? I will put up my hand, and we've had this conversation with the gents before, and I'm making public today that yes, I have seen some stuff before, and yes, I have, if I could say, partaken in
Dabbled.
Dabbled in it.
that world, not in the world, but in what the
Pamela
industry
Anderson.
brings on. Explain Pamela Anderson. So here's the thing. I'm gonna speak from my personal experience, and this is something I really want to do, and I even told some of the guys that I want to take. I want to do like a program about this and speak to gents and even ladies about this, and to come out and explain. The pro, not even, there's no pros really from what I can see, the cons about it and how it destroys your life and how it gets into, and a lot of pastors have come out before, like Mike Todd, like some of the gents come out and said, hey gents, this thing I was stuck on it, this is how I got through it.
Because it's a real
blah, blah,
thing,
blah.
bro.
And this is the thing. And so here's the thing, I wanna tell people that as gents, oftentimes it goes two ways. It's either we like, I don't do that, I won't, or we say, it's natural, it's most normal, like what Jesse was explaining. The gents like,
go to the two extremes.
yeah, there's either one of the two extremes. So you're either gonna say, don't do that thing, sis, man, or you're gonna say, so what's wrong? It's most normal, it's natural, blah, blah. So my journey would be that if this thing starts off at a place where when you're younger, right, you start off in a position where you're looking at perhaps just perhaps magazine, like back in my day it was magazine. It wasn't like the internet wasn't fast the way it is. But you would see it wouldn't be like
Old school
it
porn.
wouldn't be like nah, bro. It wouldn't be like a
Playboy.
dirty
That's where the
magazine.
finger is over.
No, not the dirty magazine, Joe. This thing starts with like the underwear section, bro, of Woolworths or something.
Oh wow, okay.
You understand what I mean, bro?
Mag.
Not the Woolworths mag, but like the advertising section
Yeah, I know,
of
like,
the magazine.
What's this? Cosmopolitan or anything? Yeah,
Or
it's
whatever,
just,
men's
modern-
health or
yeah.
something, and now you're there by the underwear section,
Now Joe look
or
at
the
you and men's
or the
health.
swimsuit section, and then that's where it starts
Yo,
because
you heavy, yo.
because you're young, you're seeing things that you know you're not supposed to be seeing this, you're not supposed to be looking at those things, and then boom, hormones are going all over the place, you're getting excited and this, boom, one thing leads to the next. What your mind does, it's like a drug. It doesn't want, it's the same like people that are on drugs. It doesn't want like that one hit, bro. It wants now something that's gonna go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And so now your mind wants to see more and more and more and more. Before you know it, you're looking for things you shouldn't be looking for. You're looking at things you shouldn't be looking at. And then next thing you know, it's got you trapped in its web.
Yeah, scientifically, they say we all have Engels as a belief nie vandag nie. We all have dopamine. Yes, that's
Yeah,
it.
dopamine.
So dopamine, yeah. So masturbation and watching porn messes with that dopamine. So scientifically, what you're doing to your body partaking in such is you lowering your dopamine levels. And when you lower your dopamine levels, I speak under correction. When you lower your dopamine levels, you throw off your whole.
You create an imbalance.
Yes.
Imbalance of reward.
Yes. You create an imbalance in your dopamine. So then it later on it becomes a problem where maybe you can't get it up, or maybe you've hurt it too much. You've been punishing it too much and stuff like that. And when you the thing about dopamine, drugs, masturbation, all of that falls in the same umbrella, because your dopamine level rises because you're thinking about it like, oh, I want this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And then when you finally do it, that's when your dopamine levels now go down, way down. So now when you said that it kills passion, it kills
Purpose, calling, all of that. Yes.
Even
that's
motivation, yeah.
That's so deep, because okay, when I do my research, it shows that dopamine, that's connected to everything we do. Like you say, I want to watch the soccer game tonight. Dopamine is involved in that. So now when you mess with your dopamine and you mess with your biological chemistry, you throw off your motivation. The more you do that, the more you do that, the more the more you masturbate, the more you kill your motivation to pursue a real relationship, a real experience. Not that you should now go
So
and
be sleeping
pursue
around,
it,
yeah.
and go be sleeping around in the context of, so it just kills that passion or that drive to do something. So it works exactly like a drug. A drug would do the same thing. You just think about that thing, where your whole world now becomes small, and now you're just thinking about that thing. And then when you think about that thing and you put your whole attention on that thing, you mess up your whole dopamine, and then biologically you imbalanced, like you said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then jump in on there, bro.
I will jump in on there regarding the serotonin level. So,
There we go.
so with the serotonin levels, it puts you like in a state of calmness, and like you're very relaxed, bro. After there's been a release, whatever the case may be, and also the oxytocin that is related to that. It creates like a long-lasting memory. So you don't even need like a new content. You can just go back to that memory, and it brings that same vibe. It brings that same energy, and it just puts you in that relaxed state. And to your question, when you open up this segment, bro, I also struggled with this thing. This thing was a real deal. But going back to how I opened my statement in the beginning of the show, I was young, bro. Like, I opened up a magazine just like you, and I saw something there, naked pictures and what. I'm like, hey, this link, let me check this link out. And there was this urge just to, I don't know where it came from. I just wanted to go and do research.
It's puberty, and part of
your
puberty is
hormones is
natural. Your
Exactly. Hey,
Yeah.
and I had a Nokia E63 at the time. Went to go buy
Shout out
500.
Nokia.
And I went to go buy 5 rand airtime. The next thing I know, I'm on the site, bro, sitting on the toilet, and
5 rand gone.
5 rand gone. 5 rand gone. And bro, can I tell you, this was a real problem. Like for a good, from what, grade 8? From grade 8 up until my matric year. And it was tough, bro. The gents know I've had this conversation with them before. It was tough. And I knew that it was a problem when the day I told myself that I'm going to stop. And the day I told myself I'm going to stop, I ended up doing it 3 times that day. And I knew that this is a problem that I need to get rid of.
So did you realize now this is now an addiction now? Because
Yes,
I
bro.
can't control it anymore. It's not at a place where it's like, I can stop when I want. Like, you know,
Bro,
people are like, I'm not addicted, I
used
can
to-
do what I want. And then you're like,
I used-
actually, this thing is got me.
I used to go out of my way, like that homie. I understand that homie taking JBL speakers in order to give the sound effects and whatever. I used to go out of
I
my
know,
way in
don't- I
order
know,
to give
wasn't
myself
so far.
a good time, bro. Just to,
And
you know,
creams, the Vaseline,
make sure that you're
all
alone.
Oh, so
Make-
heavenly.
You wanna make sure that you're alone.
Lights
You know,
are off,
there's no one in the
candles.
house. No one can come in by the door and catch you there, red-handed. You don't want that, bro. So you wanna
Imagine your mother catches you.
Yo, bro, I know people that got caught.
Yeah, I saw
Kijk die
that.
light, trek draad hier so. Trek draad. But anyway, it's a real problem, bro. And we need to
funny.
accept that this is a problem. And this thing causes damage to relationships, to marriages, and it causes problems, bro. To your purpose, to your calling, to what you have to do. Like I said, you're just gonna be in a relaxed mode. You're gonna be like, you know, there's that. Let me just go and start a 1-2-1-2, and then after that, you just chill, bro. There's no drive, there's no zeal in you, and when I accepted that this is a problem, I knew that I had to look for help. And the best place that I went to, I remember the first time that I came out saying that I have a problem, I started speaking to the gents. I said, gents, you'll also... Then the gents were like, yeah, bro. I also... Yo, bro. Hey. And then I'm like, hey, bro, did you try this one? Did you do that? Yeah, bro, I did it. Yo, bro. And you'll be surprised what the gents are actually saying and what they agree with. And then I remember... 1 year going to youth week.
Y'all actually had a WhatsApp group, right?
We had a WhatsApp group and it was called 1 Corinthians. I know it's the scripture that
Hey,
says
man.
we literally started like an accountability group where it would say, I will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you can bear. And even when you are tempted, there will be a way of escape.
escape.
That was the name of our group, bro. And we went to the altar call and they were just speaking about pornography that year. I'll never forget. Went to the altar call. And everyone is watching you. The 800,
So that everyone
900
knows
people,
now.
everyone
Whoa,
knows
that's
that, yo,
one-
this man is struggling with pornography. But I knew that if I don't do this for myself, it's going to affect me in the long run. I don't care how you see me. We are people. We have problems. And that's just it. Went to the front, got to the altar call. That was the beginning of my journey, bro, of me being delivered from pornography. I remember coming back from that place, 3 months, no pornography, no masturbation. Then I fell. 3 months, after 3 months, I fell, bro. And then I went back into it. Then I tell myself, 1 week, heavy. Then I'm like 1 week without it, 2 days without it, 3 days, then 1 week, then 2 weeks. But something just keep on telling me to keep on going. 2014 came, I'll never forget it. 2014 came. I went again, bro. Did the altar call again, and can I tell you, since 2014 up until now, I never watched pornography ever again, bro.
Hallelujah.
Up until
Bars
today,
on
and the
that
gents
one.
know their testimony. That is why I can speak like this in a public setting to say, listen, I've been delivered from this thing. I
But-
know what it is.
And part of the reason, because this topic, when it came out, I was thinking, should I tackle this one? And part of the reason I thought, you know what, I'm going to go with this one without hesitation is because I'm also delivered. And I'm also in a place now where I can speak about it. And I can tell the gents, hey, gents, this thing is going to destroy you. It's going to mess with you. It's going to take you to a place, bro, where it's going to it's going to start messing with your relationship. It's going to start messing with your drive. It's going to start and you know what this thing does? It makes you feel condemned, bro.
Yo!
And that's the biggest thing. You feel like guilty, bro. You feel like
Just after the release.
I feel
Especially when
dirty
you know
and
it's wrong. When
guilty.
you- especially
Yeah.
when you know now it's wrong, because there's a moment where when you don't know it's wrong and you don't feel condemned, but then you feel like a false sense of pleasure or what's it when you're done, like conclusion, a false sense of conclusion. It's like it didn't get you
what you thought it
wanted,
was gonna
what you
be.
want.
Yeah. But there's many people that are not even like, look, we like Christians, gents, nah? But I don't even want to necessarily talk about it just from a Christian point of view. There's many ones, bro, that are not Christian. Then I watch their YouTube videos. Then they even say, yo, when they done with this thing, they feel dirty. They feel like, yo, what am I doing? This doesn't feel right. And blah, blah. So it's not even, it's an innate something inside of you that knows, your spirit knows, man.
Indwelling sin.
Yeah, man, that thing is not right, man. That thing is not right,
Yeah.
and I shouldn't be doing this. But before we go, because I want to go into the human trafficking issues, and I want to go into even
industry.
yeah, and
Porn
even
industry.
and even women that struggle with porn and masturbation, because there's even YouTube videos of women that are saying that, yo, this thing, it's messing with me.
Yeah,
and
no.
it's
Oh,
messing with my mind.
woman made a whole industry. Or not. Let me not say woman made an industry, but there's a whole industry of women masturbating, dildo industry, because this is a big industry that's blowing up now. Dildos, just
Vibrators.
vibrators. There's new stuff. There's new stuff. You know, if you go now on the internet, we'll see that it's not only those stuff. It's lots of stuff. So it just goes to show the power of this thing where it created a new industry for women just to masturbate. You know. Because for males, yes, males have been doing it. Because we know males, once they hit puberty, you go haywire, right? Males have been doing it with their hand. But now to create an industry that fuels this thing, industry that fuels this behavior. Yeah. Now, and it became an industry that makes money.
That's right.
Someone
There's a
was even-
demand
Someone was
created.
even
There's a
speaking about.
demand and-
Someone was even speaking about the statistics with you, bro, the other day.
Yes, bro.
Of-
So
for the next.
yes, so the amount
The
of
way it's so
pornography
crazy,
that has
bro.
been consumed already, us as a people, we've consumed worth 100 years of pornography already
Already.
in 1 year.
In 1 year.
In 1 year, we've consumed worth 100 years of pornography.
Because, bro, and sorry, Joe, go.
When you say 100 years, you
you
mean
still
like
trying to process
like
it.
hours, like
Yes,
counting
bro.
the hours of
Yes.
playtime.
Yes.
If you
makes
count
up
those
100
hours,
years.
it will make up 100 years.
100 years.
Just you want to jump in there, bro?
Yo, no, that's a
It's a hard one. Yo.
Yes.
wow, Joe. Wow.
Just dropping the
Just
puns.
something fun. No, I agree with the gents. Myself and Jay always have this conversation as well, and I think we were introduced a bit later
Yeah, bro.
because we grew up together basically, myself and Jay, and we weren't really of pornography and things. We were always in the street playing football, going to Southgate. That time we were still worried of Justin Bieber magazines by CNA.
By CNA, walk up to
We walk up to
Southgate.
Southgate to look at Justin Bieber magazines.
I'm going to see Bieber.
We need to talk about that, guys. Anyway, yeah.
Nah, we ain't bad for that too,
Yeah.
Nah, but anyway, like moving on. So we were introduced later, and I think maybe only by 19 I only started looking at this thing. I was advanced. I had a phone and internet. I wasn't on magazine stuff. I had a real deal. So that's when I was introduced.
Nah,
But
Zex is
it's
from
like-
the 80s, bro.
I'm an 80s
Me
kid.
too. My first experience with it was a magazine. Yeah.
For
These
real?
always are from the
Nah.
80s, bro.
What, yours, Jay?
Cell
Phone.
Yeah, bro.
Laptop.
I was. So for me personally, I didn't get addicted to it.
Same.
I wasn't addicted to porn, bro. But
Whoa,
my
whoa,
old,
whoa.
Ah,
So
whoa.
how do you define being not addicted and being addicted?
Whoa, before we go there,
Okay.
that's man is still telling us his story.
okay.
Yeah?
okay.
Yeah, now we're going in another
That's he's
direction.
telling
now.
us his story.
Nathan, you're on the comments is saying this topic needs more episodes, gents.
Big problem.
Yeah,
You're right,
but
bro.
you'll be surprised. Most of the gents struggle with it, but they're scared to speak out. And
That's why we
actually-
must talk.
Yeah. And yeah, 19, that's when I first was basically now introduced to it, started playing around with this thing, seeing how it goes. And like Xavier explained, the reason why I would say I never like continued and went into it and all that stuff is because that conviction afterwards.
Yeah.
Had to say, like you literally done, you start to face everything. it's like the face is done and you start.
And what it does to your spiritual walk, you
bro,
wanna
it
run
messes
run
up-
away
That's
now
the
from
thing.
God.
And that,
Bruh.
that
Distances
feeling-
you.
That feeling is not a nice
Misses
feeling.
you.
Yeah.
I didn't like that feeling. So afterwards I was like, do I actually, you sit and question and you ask yourself questions. You're like, do I want to continue with this? This isn't a nice feeling.
Useless.
Why am I even doing this? Yeah, this isn't even so now, man. You just tell yourself all this stuff and yeah, life goes on. continued still about few more times after that, but not like on a daily basis every day. It will be like once a month after that, and just that where you bored. You know, they say idle mind is a devil's workshop. Yeah. So that days when you're sitting and you're like, yeah, there's nothing to do.
But you're right, bro.
Say he's
You're
bored.
right.
He's
Bro,
bored.
You're
come
sitting
I
at
tell
home.
you this, nah, the first time it happened to me, nah, I never forget. It was in the bathroom also, and I felt bad, but I felt like I killed my child. But I literally thought, oh, I think I just killed my child.
But that's what
Yeah, but that's what they say, bro. Kid down the drain.
Yeah, they say, nah,
Damn, you flushed your kids.
Yo, bro,
Taking the kids to the swimming pool real quick.
I killed my kids, bro, and you feel guilty.
Yeah,
but
you do.
but now I wanna speak a little bit about what it does on your mental state, and it hits you spiritually, like Joe keeps on saying, because it does, bro. You start thinking like, yo, what am I doing? Or, you know what is this? Yeah, you start distancing yourself from scripture and that, and once it grips you, bro, it pulls you away from spiritual. It
Cycle of condemnation.
yes.
Yeah, because you feel that.
You
Hey,
feel
am I worthy?
guilty, you feel bad. You
Can I
someone
go
now,
read the Bible now with the same hand?
Oh, you busy worshiping. But
you know,
the pastor
worship with
says,
his hand.
take your hands and dedicate them to God. You look at your hands and you're like, gee,
Look
your
at
hands
you
are dirty.
No, and so
Getting hot in here.
it is getting hot now. Daniel says, big ups, gents, for having this real and honest conversation. Gents, listen, the reason I wanted to have this conversation, because, gents, like you said, when you come out and say, gents, you're, yeah, bro, no, but then you find all the gents know what you're talking about.
yeah.
You're like, yeah, I was feeling like it was me alone, or like there's something going on, like something wrong with me. Meantime, all the gents know what's going on. But here's the other thing, bro. Part of another issue that I want to touch on is the destructive nature it has in a relationship. Yeah. Because what it does now to your dopamine levels, and what's the other thing you said about your serotonin levels and things, is that, like Jay was mentioning, that it takes you away from real life relationships because it's quicker, it's easier. There's no dating involved. There's no I have to now first
Like
talk
fast
to
food.
you.
It's nice now, but it's
detrimental in the long run.
Consequences.
I don't have to phone someone. I don't have to go and now try and chat her up. I don't have to try to get to that level. I can just take my phone out in 2 minutes. I'm done. I can close my phone and carry on with my life. So it's like a convenient factor. Like you're saying, it's like fast food. It's like I can get it quick and then I'm done. And so what happens to a lot of people, they start becoming socially awkward, or they start drifting away from engaging in real relationships. The other big issue that it does is what Jesse said earlier, is that it makes men view women in a certain way and the other way around.
Yes.
But I'm talking from a gent's perspective. I don't know from a woman. I'm not a woman, but it makes gents view women in a objective way. And if you've been using pornography over a prolonged period of time, right? Then what starts happening is that you start undressing women with your eyes, bro.
Yeah.
Like you see gents, like yesterday my wife and Leandra and my sister, they went into the shop and there was an old standing by the door and he literally like looked at them like that to say, yo. Like that, you know that like look. And but that like you can feel that like dirty spirit of like, yo, if I was alone with you now, I was gonna do something to you guys. And I looked, and then he looked up, and I was still in the car. Yeah. Then he looked up and he saw me in the car, and someone looked away quick because he realized, oh, there was a, oh, now, I don't want to start trouble. But what that thing does is, and that's what contributes to the high rape cases that we have to deal with, right? And people don't want to address this issue. They want to make porn like there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. They want to make it like, no, it's natural in this. I'm telling you now, unequivocally, that pornography has a direct impact on the high issues of rape cases that we have to deal with. Yes. Because if you sitting like that, I think it was 2 years ago or something, where that taxi driver raped a woman or somebody raped a woman in the back of a taxi. There was even people at the court. There was somebody caught last year with his phone in the dressing room of a Mr. Price. And it was one of those dressing rooms where it wasn't closed on top. So he was here with his phone looking over. That video went viral. In South Africa. A brown someone that the people may know even. from Eldo's. Yeah, bro, it was a thing. And he was there with his phone. And now Joe is trying to think, who was it now?
How come I don't know?
I'll tell you after the show, and you're gonna know the people. Yeah, bro, and he was there with his phone trying to record this woman, obviously trying on clothes or whatever. And this is what this thing starts doing in your mind, bro. And if you're thinking, this is nothing, it's not affecting me and blah blah, I'm telling you, bro, this thing will ruin your life. And then later on, let's say you're married or let's say you're in a relationship where you're with one person. Now it's time to go to the bedroom. There's this one thing we watched before we got married. There's this lady called
Check Nathan before he goes.
Nate, I'm gonna check now.
That's high risk, bro. That's high risk.
Wait, I'm still
a
listening.
video
This
cassette.
is like I never had a magazine. I had a video cassette.
Wait,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
So wait, I'm
What
still
about
telling
it?
you what happened. So we were watching this thing called, I think it was Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage, right?
Yeah.
With
Oh, that sounds familiar, yeah.
Gringo or something. I can't remember the guy's name. And he was speaking about a couple that he had to counsel.
Yeah.
And then he asked the man, because the woman was complaining. She was like, Iris, man, when it's time to do the things, then the soldier doesn't want to stand at attention. And then he asked the gent, he said, okay, can we have separate sessions? Then he was alone with the O. Then he asked the O, bruh, now your wife is saying that now when it's time for the things, there's nothing going on there under. Then he said, hey, Pastor, can I be honest with you? I can't get it up to my wife. She's boring. She doesn't have the things and the stuff. So I can't, it doesn't like turn me on. It doesn't attract me. So what we have to do is now we have to watch something so that I can at least get hard and then we can do. And that's what that thing will start doing, because what happens in your dopamine is that it starts wearing off, because in your brain there's those fire sensors between the two like sensors that shoots, and it starts wearing those sensors down to the place where it's not going to shoot unless it's stimulated in a certain way. And so even if
you've conditioned it.
You've conditioned it to say you must only
like that.
You must only respond to the stimuli. So now you with a real wife, with a real person, and now your thing doesn't work because your mind wants that.
The phone call.
And then the wife said, but the one day we went on holiday and we went to hotel, and then it all of a sudden worked. He literally reconditioned his mind that when he was dating, he used to have to go and like run away to a hotel when he was with his cherries. And then because he wasn't at his own house, so they didn't have a house, so you book like a room or whatever. And so now when he's by that hotel, his mind tells him, okay, right, we in go mode now. And it only
It's like
works.
habit.
So now psychologically, it now
works.
work now
So
again
that's
because
the kind of thing, bruh, that this thing
Yeah, bro.
reconditions your mind.
Also, just the pressure that you put on your wife, bro. Next thing you want, you want the legs up on the ceiling, bro.
They're spitting in your face.
Now you're doing things that, and another thing is the thing that they do on porn videos and things, that's not real, bro.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
So I've been following a YouTuber called Logan Paul for a long time, right? And then him and his friend Mike, they were doing things with women in the industry. So Mike liked this one woman in the industry. Then Logan said, okay, she loves you and I'm going to get all over there. I'm going to give you, So it was his birthday and he said, here's a woman you can go dollar for yourself. Then they ended up getting like engaged with one another. They ended up liking each other, ended up dating. So then what happened is she came up with a different podcast and she like started speaking about what's really going on in the industry. Bruh.
It's heavy.
And then what? Sorry,
It's a whole nother game. It's a whole different ball game, bruh. The way they degrade the woman, the way she's saying that she had to do things that she didn't want to do, the way she's saying that she saw when the Owens are done, the way the producer forces them, they must do this and they must do this, and then now it's 5 Owens on one woman and this and this. She's like, bruh, when they done with the scene, she goes and cries in the bathroom. She goes home. She doesn't want to do this.
That's sad.
Then there's the other thing that she said. She said that part of the reason she got involved in this because of her upbringing and because of her disconnect with her father and because of... Bruh, and when you start speaking to this late, then you start realizing, this industry is faulty, bruh.
Bad.
It
I
brings
think I
about
want to
other
speak.
things,
I want to speak on that, bro. And here's the thing: you can say that this is not a problem, but it's a problem because remember that spiritual forces that's at play, bro. You are watching a video. I did it with my sister. That is a spirit that you're opening. The next thing you busy looking at your sister in a funny way. The next thing you're looking at your mother in a funny way. the type of stuff that you actually opening when you open that door, pornography, you're not just opening pornography, bro.
Yeah.
You're opening sexual harassment. You're opening the desire for wanting to sleep with prostitutes, that lustful
Let's
eye.
say it like this: you're opening up sexual immorality.
Yeah, you're opening up lust.
General,
Yeah,
bro.
you're opening up that whole thing, just that whole dirty spirit.
And the other thing is, when you masturbating, bro, you're doing it with yourself. But what spiritual forces are at play? I saw something where they say that you're busy masturbating to a
demon.
Basically to a demon, bro, and because you're getting your muscles and all of that involved and stuff. I don't know if it's true, but I mean, there's spiritual forces definitely at play, bro. If you can watch a video and then next thing you're walking out, you're looking at everyone in a funny way, looking at all the girls in a funny way. Surely there's something that took place there, bro, while you were in
But
that
here's
room.
my thing, bro. We that are Christians, there's a sense of conviction, there's a sense of spirit that says, hey, bro, stop this
is
thing.
wrong.
Now imagine, bro, someone that isn't saved or someone that doesn't have some sort of spirit to guide and say, hey, bro, watch for this thing. Da, da, da. This is where the Owens start raping. What's that famous rapist that was such a big thing? Ted Bundy, bro. When they interviewed Ted Bundy before they executed
Oh yes, I
him.
remember that, homie.
Yeah, bro. Before they executed him, was last week of execution. That last week before it was now death penalty.
Yeah.
Then the newspapers were outside. The news channels and stuff were outside. He said, nah, he doesn't want to speak to any reporter. He wants to speak to what's that Ompie from Focus on the Family?
I know who you're speaking about. He just wanted
Dr.
to speak
James
to that
Dobson.
uncle.
He said, now I want to speak to Dr. James Dobson. They asked, why you want to speak to Dr. James Dobson? He's a pastor and he's of church and this and this and this. He said, nah, I want to speak to him. So Dr. James Dobson, go and Google, go on YouTube and say Ted Bundy's last interview with James Dobson.
gonna look it up,
Yeah,
yeah.
bruh. He said, now I want to speak to Dr. James Dobson. I think it's like an hour interview. Then Dr. James asked him, bruh, why did you
And
want
the
to speak?
interviews
Yeah,
online.
it's
Yeah, it's online.
It's
Okay.
it's in his prison cell. They were in jail, so he
okay.
came with a camera crew, everything, set it up in prison. Then they said, "Okay,
I'm going straight to that
tell me,
after this.
tell me, why did you want to speak to me?" He said, "Nah, the reason I want to speak to you. How many? Leandra, we googled it the last time. How many people did he rape? Just Google it. I think almost 100, more than 100.
Yeah, it was
wow,
100.
damn.
Oh, yeah, bro. He was a serial rapist and he killed like 30-something women or something like that. That's how many ladies he
From
murdered.
where?
In America.
Yeah. Oh, in America.
Yeah. He used to put him in a van. He used to drive a Fola. And then he used to say, his tires pop.
Is there a movie about this?
Yes,
It
there
sounds
is.
so familiar, man.
There's a
Yeah.
movie.
Of Ted Bundy, bro. And then he
Serial killer raped and murdered at least 30 women.
30 women, yeah. And then that's the
Although
ones-
police believe the figures is much
More,
higher.
yeah.
They believe it's over 100, bro.
It's always like that.
And
yeah.
so when James Dobson asked him, so why did you want to speak to me? He said, nah, because there's a spiritual aspect to this thing. And what?
The thing is, they said that the top serial killers, that's where it starts from pornography. Most of them that have interviews and rapists have said that that's where the urge starts from. So you don't get that level, like you said, Joe, of satisfaction.
And then you start looking for a woman.
Then you become
Yeah.
more gruesome. Because you don't.
Because you're not getting the... Yeah, so that's where I was going. So when James Dobson asked him that, he said, nah, I wanted to speak to you because there's a spiritual aspect.
Bundy says he doesn't even remember half of it.
Yeah, he doesn't even remember who he killed.
Yeah.
So he said, nah, there's a
It's very
spiritual thing to this.
disturbing.
Then James Dobson asked him, like, what? Then he said, nah, the first time I started this thing was I watched porn. And then porn became one thing led to the next. Then I started going to university. When I was there, I started seeing pretty women there at the university and blah, blah, blah. And then one thing led to the next, and I wanted to do something with him. Then he said, then one thing led to the next, then I wanted to do the things I saw on the video, and they didn't want to. So I had to tie them up. And then from there, it went to a place where he then had to tie them, and then basically it's now rape. And then he said, then I didn't get that satisfaction because then he wanted a sense of power and authority over
Because
the
rape is power.
Yeah.
It's about
It's
power.
just, yeah. And then he starts killing them. And then that's how he ended up becoming one of the world's biggest serial rapists ever to love.
Killers,
and
yeah.
where it started with porn. So if you say, bruh,
Starts with the 5 rand, bro. Then a 5 rand to something more, and then gang bang. From gang bang, now you, hey, bro.
Hey,
So-
that-
so-
I've read-
And I think that's where we need to start, bro. The thing is we need to accept that, hey, it's a problem.
Yeah, this-
Gents need to accept that.
I think we need to go even further and state the elephant in the room. We have to state that it's not a problem, it's wrong. This whole industry is wrong to women and to what the causes that it does to everyone else, you know, that watches, that partakes in it. Yeah, so I think,
Bro, read those. Sorry.
yeah, I think we just avoiding the elephant in the room. You know, some doctors want to say it's healthy because I know there's like there's a communities that say it's healthy. Like you should play with yourself here and there. It's natural. It's puberty. You need to experiment and you need to know your body. There's those kind of teachings happening and stuff like that. But I think that we need to, as the human race, we need to just be honest and say like, yo. We're not supposed to be watching someone else have sex. Like, yo, you know,
I wanna
how
find
did
out,
we
broski.
create the industry of the, you know, of this?
I want to find out, broski. How were we meant to release though?
Nocturnal emission.
Yeah.
Nocturnal emission, bro. Your body releases it.
Elaborate.
Nocturnal
Yeah,
emission
so
is a wet dream.
The wet, yeah, I was gonna get into that, bro.
So your
is
body will
that-
release it on its own.
That's how we were.
I think that's how it
naturally-
should have been.
Maybe we're
Because
supposed
the
to
body
just
needs
release in
to-
marriage, bro. Maybe we just
Bro,
supposed to release in marriage.
that conversation now goes into that direction.
Because
But
that's
anyway,
where
bro,
God.
there's a bunch of
Okay, anyway, we have Gunn and Michaels here saying, sure, gents, another social aspect
Tell
that
marriage, bro.
another social aspect that perpetuates the use of porn is the pressure the young gents receive from those that came before them to define masculinity. Then he says further, if you don't, you're not a man or into man. Stuff like, at least my lady likes maidis. We need to change the social culture, respect our women. 100%. Sarita Mal says, hey guys, a question for the panel. What sort of conversation do you wish your parents, guardians, had with you about porn when they were younger? What would you tell your younger self?
Bro, I think
you were
I think this conversation needs to be what's like the thing where you make something like a
What?
Yeah, Engels, man.
Ish, bro, you know.
bro.
You
Not,
wanna
not debunked, but more like
deconstruct?
not deconstructed. It's like it shouldn't be.
Devotion.
Decipher.
Wait, yes, Leandra coming right word.
Debonaise.
Basically, like there shouldn't be shame. And
Yeah, it should be opened up.
Shame.
And you did say
It
that,
should,
bro.
yeah, that's the word I'm looking. It shouldn't be like made into like I don't say that. I sis man. It should be like yeah.
Yeah, nah, but we
But here's the
we
thing.
spreading that juice, bro.
And here's the thing.
Yo, Mr. Miller, you clearly not married yet. LOL.
I don't know what that means, bro. Based
Hey,
on
bro.
which comment?
I think
I ain't, but I'm on my way. I'm on my way though.
You know, Miller was saying that we were meant to release
In marriage.
only.
Maybe, I don't know.
So prior to that, you can't store up till marriage. That's what you're saying.
Bro,
I think it's possible, yeah. If Jesus did
You
it,
can.
Your body will. What was I say, Clyde?
So what happens is your body reproduces.
Your body reproduces.
Stay in your body.
It
stays for a couple of days or so because your track there's a science channel on.
I would have loved to have like a doctor
So
in here on that.
I was also like curious, like what happens to like.
Because I
when
saw-
people-
But apparently it goes back into your system.
Does. Your body works out everything, like everything
Yeah.
in your body.
Yes.
Works out.
When you
itself
say
and it
work out,
reproduces.
obviously you say
No.
not
Some-
come out. No, I'm asking. I'm only correcting you. You're
And
teaching me.
there's a portion of scripture where someone ejaculated on the floor, and then God killed that.
Yeah.
That was a sin. You're not supposed to waste.
you're not supposed to waste your semen.
And it also
In the Old Testament, yeah.
balance. You know, there's a lot of people that have a low sperm count. Why do you think that is?
So people that. What are we saying about people that have wet dreams, though?
No, that's your body's natural way of releasing. But
He
here's the
says
thing.
it doesn't come out.
It goes all over. But here's the thing. There's different parts.
Between sperm and seed.
And semen, that's what I was gonna say. There's different parts of it. So semen is obviously the lubricant, like more water-based kind of whatever. So that comes out sometimes in when you're sleeping. But then the other stuff is supposed to go. So with No Nut November, a lot of the gents were sharing their stories or whatever, and they came out and they said after the second week, they feel like more energized, they feel like more revived, they feel like
Boxers
Yeah, boxers do that.
Boxers
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
like man, now I can at least take on the world and things. And there's a bunch of elements that
Even
come with
soccer
it.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
There's a fact
sperm
of-
retention
Yeah,
is a
lots
thing,
Yeah,
bro.
sperm retention. There's a
thing, bro.
part where it's like, number one, you're not feeling shamed, so you're not feeling like guilty and dirty. Number two, you're feeling like more confident about yourself. Like I'm a G. I held down my ground
For
to
a
not
long
fall
time.
for this
Yes.
for this addiction. So you have a sense of power over the addiction.
Athletes don't like they don't have sex before a marathon, like swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Boxing,
things that
yeah.
take a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You don't ejaculate because it does drain energy.
It drains energy. That's why you're tired when you finish. So, so here's the thing. Here's
Bro,
the
there's
thing.
the one comment from Nathan. He says scientists also say that it avoids cancer.
What?
What?
Oh,
I don't know,
to keep doing it. Yeah,
Or
they
to
do
keep
say
it.
that. No,
Um,
to release
To
it.
release.
It avoids cancer. They do say that. I've heard that before.
Oh, so that's where the medical world is now going.
They're saying it's healthy.
What type of cancer?
Probably prostate cancer.
Nah, but it's easy.
But here's the thing, bro. Then the gents come
It's
out and
healthy.
say that
Proteins on
it
high,
actually
bro.
rejuvenates the proteins in your brain. And it,
Good
It
question.
it does
Good
that
question.
When you retain.
when you reject, or when you retain.
It sinks back into your system,
Okay.
and it helps you to like think clearer
Yeah.
and get
That's
things
what I'm
done.
saying, bro.
No, no.
What
Ah,
happens
but I
with
know
my
what
No,
they
he said the
say.
pro-
Nah, because
protein
Jay
is
likes
good.
to say that, and I know what he's saying. He's anti-it. Jay's anti-it, bro. I can't say that. They're gonna flag the video. Jesse, did you want to say something,
Okay.
bro?
I'm good.
Okay, so here's the thing. We have to undo the conversation of unshaming the conversation because
100%.
the gents are struggling with us.
I wanted to go there, bro.
And even the women are struggling.
so the
Destigmatized. There's the
Destigmatized.
word.
But
He
he
said.
said so, bro. He said
I
so.
didn't hear it.
here's the thing, and Michael
And I
Todd,
don't have my
one
earphones
of my favorite speakers, also speaks about it, and he says that in the church, it should, like sex and all of those things, it's a good thing. It's a thing that God created for us. But the way we treat it in the church, especially, is like it's a wrong thing. This that you're doing, it's the wrong what, and that's why we don't speak about it. And like you guys said, that we need to have this conversation where it's like it's okay, here's the confines, here's how you should do it, here's when you should do it, and like it shouldn't be a thing that and now it creates this extra load of judgment, extra load of condemnation, the privacy side of it. So I agree with you, bro. These things need to be desensitized. What?
Destigmatized.
Destigmatized.
Let's talk solutions. Let's talk solutions. Let's talk solutions. I'll share my solution of how I overcame it. Mala, you'll share yours.
100%.
Gents, I don't know the other gents. Maybe they're still struggling. I don't know. But
It's okay.
but
We pray for
let's
you.
speak solutions. Let's speak solutions. Jay, let's start with you, bro. Solutions. I'm struggling. This thing is bothering me. I'm having a
Can I
challenge
say
to get rid of
So
it.
the way I beat it, I remember, first of all, your intake, what you take in, especially your phone.
Oh. Yeah.
Your phone.
Okay, so you
all the thirst traps.
you considering that you've been caught in the trap before.
Yes.
You've been trapped before.
Yes,
Okay.
I've been there. Yes.
Okay.
So
I can't see Joe, man.
yeah. So hey, man, your head is big. Man. So you need to watch your thirst traps. What attractions you know yourself. So so everywhere, whatever you take in, if you like watching movies, if you like watching series, if you like hanging out with certain people that maybe make you feel some certain way, you're gonna have to, as a man, because I can only speak from a man point of view. So
I hope so.
yeah, again. So you as a man, you need to take control of what is going into you, what you're taking in. You need to make some boundaries. You need to say that, oh, okay, you're on my Instagram or my Facebook, there's too much of this, and then you're gonna have to make a conscious decision and a conscious action where where you like delete some people,
Block some.
unfollow, block some people, unfollow some pages, accounts, change your algorithm. You know, you're gonna have to now
Make a conscious effort
a conscious effort to
undo.
exodus yourself from that situation. Yeah, and also after that, yes,
Getting rid of the triggers, yeah.
getting rid of your triggers, just staying away from the thirst traps, and then after doing that, the most important is getting another pleasure, getting a superior pleasure, because the like you said, the times where we want to abstain and then we fall back in again is because our hands were still idle. You know, we didn't get something else to do with that time, so it's still idle. So now you're still in that space or in that atmosphere of should I not,
And then,
No.
and you know, once
And
that
then-
thought comes, bruh.
yeah, you already on the spiral somewhere where you don't want to be. So the best thing, best solution is to just control what comes into your eyes. You know, the Bible says if your eyes causes you to sin, pluck it out. So it not literally now pluck
eyes
out
is
your
the-
eye, but now pluck out the things that
That's
are
causing the
that are
trouble.
causing the trouble.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's
big
that's how I beat it. I made sure that I have to take account what's going into my eyes. What am I taking in? Yeah.
How did you beat it, Jay?
I'm still struggling.
Nah, I ain't struggling. I'm not struggling.
I
bro.
didn't beat it,
I think-
Ush.
Nah, bro.
still
I'm
beat it.
not.
I still
No,
beat it.
no. We talking, bro. We talking for real. Yeah. Now we talking, broski. We talking. I still beat it. Nah, broski.
How did you beat
I think for me, broski, a big part of why I didn't indulge in porn, bro, in my teen years, I must say, bro, it was because of the youth movement called the Factory. We were so full of that, bro, week in, week out, from a Wednesday evening to Wednesday worship, from a Thursday evening to drama practice,
spoke.
from a
it kept
from a
you
Friday evening
busy.
to bro,
Did another church.
another church. We go church
Saturday we're
again.
gonna go do it.
Monday morning, Tuesday morning at school to go and preach.
So
and
you
preach
saying
at, bro.
your
So
circle and the
it-
things that influence you was
It was
yeah.
it
good.
was just God, bro, and
it
his
kept
word,
you
obviously
doing the right
Yeah,
thing.
bro. So for me, it was that, bro, and obviously, as time went by, because of certain circumstances and situations, that obviously kind of faded out, and when that faded out, your mind is now open to
other things.
Yes, you see, it's now not just occupied just with what you were doing. So for me, that is a main thing, bro. The more you fill yourself with the word and in worship, broski, you don't even think of stuff like that because you're so focused on the word and your spiritual
I
growth
think the Lord
that
takes
thing
that
just
away.
that
When
thing
you
just
indulge in that kind of stuff. The Holy Spirit just has a way of degrade, like just taking that.
Yeah,
other
reducing
stuff away.
the need
yes,
or the urge.
yes.
They speak about they call them the two dogs. So the one is the dog of the flesh and the one is the dog of the spirit. If you feed the flesh, it will eventually come and bite
be
you.
stronger, yeah.
But then the one of the spirit, that dog that you feed it so much so that the things of the flesh, it's like the Lord, like I can't be tempted with alcohol and an oka pipe anymore, bruh. Come on, that's like
The sign on the gate, beware of the dog.
you know. So
Jess, how would you say?
When pornography see beware of that spiritual dog.
Bruh, Jess, how would you say, bruh?
Now with me,
he got married.
That's a good one, and that's a good one.
but the
Bruh,
Bible says
you'll be surprised. I'm gonna tell you all that.
Say that, yeah, do
Libby,
that,
I know
yeah.
it's time, but just give us some time, please.
yeah,
Just
so
to end.
so with me, what I used to do as well, similar to what Joe used to do, when I feel that temptation and the urge come, the same thing that I used to watch a rubbish on, I actually now use for a better good. So I'll maybe go onto YouTube, and I feel like I say, hey, wait you. Because at the back, like I said in the start, I don't like the feeling afterwards. So I always try to avoid it at all costs. So I'll literally take my phone, I'll go to YouTube. I don't even watch a sermon all the time. Maybe there's times I'll just go educate myself, maybe watch a Forex video and just try and educate myself in that time just to get my mind off it and then watch something that gets me thinking. Then I'm like, oh, so this is what they're talking about. Then I even forgot about it on the
Yes.
side now. So
Yes.
now I'm more worried about the video here and building my brain basically and just pushing that one side. And then again, the spiritual side to it as well. Where you there's times when the urge hits and you must start now a little prayer to say, Fargao, I don't want to do
Take
this
over.
anymore."
Intervene.
Yeah, I need you to hold this hand.
I just hold
Yeah.
my hand, Muller.
Yeah.
Worship.
I think for me, bro, so it started with accountability, community. I built, I took the initiative to get friends around me and say, gents, we all are struggling with this thing. Let's create a WhatsApp group. If you feel the urge, send a text in the group. Let us call one another. Hey, brah, I'm burning. I want to go and slaughter this thing now. And then, that's basically how we started to defuse it. And we went on like that for 3 months. And then we just started falling because of time, getting busy, whatever. But here's the thing, bro. I kept on persisting. I fell. I told myself if I can go 1 week, just 1 week without it, then I'll be good. Went 1 week without it. I fell the next week. Then my next goal was to push for 2 weeks. I pushed for 2 weeks, then I fell the third week. Then I told myself, let me just go for a month without it. Bro, I went for a month without it. And then I clearly remember going for 3 months without it. The third month, I completely forgot about pornography. Completely. And by the time the thought came, then I was like, I've sacrificed too much to go back. It's been 3 months now that I haven't done it. There's no way that I'm going
And
back.
plus, in that 3 months, I've realized with porn, in that time where you stay away, you get stronger.
You do get stronger, yeah.
stronger spiritually.
And the
you get
urges
Exactly.
reduce, yeah.
With
And-
self-will and stuff like that. And when you do see it now, when you're in that strong state, you're like, I'm not even worried
exactly,
about it.
man.
When you do see it, because it will pop up again.
Yes.
The fight is never over.
It's never
it will
over.
pop up again.
pops
And
up
then when you're
everywhere.
strong, then you're like,
But that's fact.
I just wanna
major
finish.
facts.
I just wanna finish. And here's the thing, bro. Like you all said with the cell phone, the first thing I had to do is get rid of sites. I started blocking sites. I started fasting from my phone. I would know what my triggers are, bro. And I'm telling you, if I see something coming, I know that, hey, let me stand up here. Let me take a walk. Because so it became a thing. If I can just beat
the amount
this,
is
this
common.
if I can just beat this small battle, just this small urge, if I can just beat it, I'm victorious. And that thing just started building inside of me. If I can just, and bro, it's what, 7-8 years now that I'm fully free from this thing. Never went back.
Come on.
And
Come on, man.
and yeah,
Praise
come on,
clap.
praise Jesus.
Praise clap.
So I don't know. Are you still there? I want to say Keegan Lagrange. He said he's watching from Sydney. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother. And then we got Nathan. I tried phoning Nathan last night. I actually wanted him to come through. I think one of the ways to overcome is also accountability. That's true. So here's my story, gents. Allow me to tell you my story.
Come on.
Some of you may know the story already. Here's my story. So, believe it or not, marriage doesn't take it away. It actually will make you. Well, it will actually make your marriage untidy, unpleasant, because like that story of that guy where it's like you're now looking for something that you're not finding, or in fact you have now conditioned your body to respond to a picture, and now no longer to the real thing. So I actually went the one day I was watching Terry Crews. You know Terry Crews, that big buff guy,
White chicks.
the white chicks guy.
Chris father. Everybody hates Chris dad.
Yeah, him, yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah. So Terry Crews comes out, bro, and he's like, I'm coming clean. Goes onto the internet, bro. Yo, he tells his story. It says he went to his wife, he told her everything, the prostitutes, the massage parlors with the happy endings, everything, bro. He tells her everything. So I'm watching this video. It's about my first year of marriage, bro. Watching this video, I'm like, ish, the best way to overcome here is accountability, bro. I'm gonna have to tell the fro. Right? So now like this, one day I decide, now I'm gonna tell my wife, bro. So she comes home. I'm like, ish, baby, we need to talk about something. She says, what? I say, okay, sit. I'm like, hey, look here. Here's the deal. I start from the beginning, where it started. How it started. how the gents, and there was pressure from gents in high school also.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, must use Vaseline. Hey, you must do this, you must do that. And you hear all this nonsense that I once are talking, man, and you like kind of, and you go, man, and you like thinking, oh, yeah, they plant seeds, bro. Because then when you go, you think about it, you're like, oh, ish, I wonder. And then, they mess with your mind. So I explained this to my wife. And I said to her, look, here's the deal. This thing, I'm struggling with it, but I need a way of escape here. I need a way out. And the only way I can think, because I was inspired by that Terry Crews video that he actually told his wife. And he came publicly and he told everyone. And he said that, look, so I told my wife, look, yeah, this is this thing. Yo, bruh, she started crying, bruh. She was crying. I said, okay, what must I do? She said, no, okay, just give me a chance to process this information and whatever. So she processed the information. And then about 2-3 days later, then I said, hey, look, man, that conversation, we left it on ice. What's the way forward? So then we now sat and we said, okay, what is the issue? Said, here's the triggers, it's the phone. She said, okay, no passwords on the phone, or there's passwords on the phone. But she knew my password all the time, but the thing is, you do obviously delete things when you're done. Okay, here's my password, here's everything. Go through my phone randomly. Go onto my internet page, my Explorer, whatever, go randomly, whenever. Then I know if I get caught off guard, it's like, oh, ish, I got caught. Here's my phone, I'm going to leave it here. What's the other trigger? Trigger is, where does it happen? So we were still staying at my old house that time, and we had a bathroom in the middle. Because my other bathroom was in the room. So obviously that bathroom's in the room, you can't close the doors, nothing. It's like, someone can come in at any way, you can't slot in like it. So we go to this middle bathroom. And then the middle bathroom would be able to lock, because the other bathroom couldn't lock. So it's like, oh, so when you're in this bathroom for a long period of time, this is what's happening. I say, yeah, that's what's happening. She says, okay, now, don't use that middle bathroom. Use the bathroom in the room. And if you do, you have to use the middle bathroom, leave the door open or leave the door unlocked. Fine. So that was my second kind of restriction that I've put in place, or barrier, or what do you call it? Accountability thing that I put in place. So the first one is the phone is on limits at any point.
The first one is letting her know the truth. The second one was
the phone is open.
Stuff.
The phone is open. Look at it. Do whatever you need to do. Third one is the location is now off limits. And if anything, if I see you in that bathroom, I'm gonna assume this is what's going on. So we're not using it. We're using the main bathroom in a room where the doors can't close and lock. That's my third one. So the biggest liberation for me, bro, was telling her. Because I think the power of wrestling is when you're quiet and you just like trying to struggle by yourself. You're like, I'm gonna stop. And it's true. Then you stop for a week. Then a random thing happens. Like, so it's a combination of everything you guys said. Like, also the triggers, if you know. And here's the gents. Gents are either a boobs guy or a butt guy. Like you get turned on by the front or the back. Or some gents are both. So what's the trigger? Is the front or the back? Now you know the trigger is the back. Now you're walking. You see the trigger is the back. Well, most gents the trigger is the back. Now you're walking behind someone. Now the girls are wearing. And there was a season, that Britney Spears season, where the girls would wear the G-string and it would come out on top. Remember that Britney Spears low jeans? The G-string is sticking out on top. That low tight jeans. Remember there was an era with that. And
hit me baby one more time.
The hit me baby one more time days. So now you as a gent, you now seeing. You're literally seeing the girl's underwear, bro. So obviously your mind's going there. So now you know. So self-control, bro, is a thing for it. That's why the Bible says now the fruit of the Spirit. Self-control, bro. It's a thing, bro. Self-control is a thing.
And it's a big thing.
It's a massive thing, bro. If you can't practice self-control, you're in for a ride of your life. Self-control is a thing, bro.
If you can't control self,
everything goes with it, bro. So self-control is a thing. So I'm like, okay. Because I'm a bad guy, I see, I must look away. Look away. Okay, keep your eyes, keep eye contact. Don't look there. Then you start putting these restrictions in for yourself. If you're going through Instagram, if you're going through TikTok, if you're going through wherever, and you see, you say, again, like you say, you clean up your algorithm so it can only show what you wanted to show. The other day we had this conversation. I'm like, bro, you can open my IG anytime. All you're gonna find is cars and sermons. So you can go there because that algorithm cleans up over time when you now stop looking at those things.
That's right.
And you
that's
can
right.
tell it to stop. You can click on a picture and says, I don't want to see
Anything
See
that
this
looks like
anymore.
this.
Yeah,
Yes.
something
Exactly.
like that, yeah.
And so those are the restrictions I put in place for myself. And the biggest thing, the most
The eye is the lamp unto the body.
Yes.
If it's
are we
if the,
finally
if the eye is filled with darkness, the body's unhealthy. But if it's filled with
the power of resting is in its secrecy. The more you kind of try to keep it like a secret. Lee, I think we're back though. The internet's back. The more you try and keep it a secret, and the more you try and turn it into a thing of like, hi, or like even what one of the comments said there, it's a matter of, at least my light you don't like Owens. At least, the more you try and do it like that, bro, you're actually just causing damage. You must say, look, I'm struggling with this thing. Let me know how I can sort this thing out. For me, my first response would be, let me know. Send me an inbox. Send one of the gents an inbox.
yeah.
Say, gents, I hear what you were saying. And for me, I'm still in that stages where I can't go a week. I can't even go 2-3 days. And this thing is bothering me.
Yeah.
How do I get this thing sorted out? Then let us walk the journey together. Again, accountability is a thing, bro. Let's walk the journey
100%.
together. Say, look here, this thing is bothering me. I'm struggling with it. I need help with it. And we walk the journey. So for everyone watching, listen, thank you for joining on this conversation. If you are struggling with pornography addiction, please do, my IG or whatever, send the inbox and say, especially gents, send the inbox and say, my bro, hey, this is my issue. I need just accountability. Yeah. I'm not gonna say, wow, sis, drug tracker and things. We're not gonna do that, bro. We literally put our stories on the line here. We literally all confessed and admitted to say, hey, gents, we know the struggle and we know the struggle is real. But here's the thing, we need to sort this thing out because it's causing damage in the long run. So, yeah, that's me, Miller.
Yeah, all I want to say is thank you so much to everyone that joined in. This is a problem. It's a real thing. And, man, let's talk about it. We are here. And special shout out to my boy David from Malaysia. But nonetheless, we love you guys. And, yeah, let's conquer this thing.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us talk about this conversation here today. If, like Xavier said, if you have a problem, contact the brother. Because in my head, it's the first time I heard Xavier say something like that. Because in my head, my brother was the saint. I know the brother be catching these things out. But yeah, like it's normal. We all fall short. But
That's good.
just come clean. God is with us. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Praise.
Amen. That's good.
Facts.
I'm gonna stand with you with that one. God is with us. Hallelujah. And another thing that also worked for me, you clean up your algorithm like we said and all of that. But also another thing, you're gonna have to make war. You're gonna have to sometimes not play like, I'm gonna do this nicely. You're gonna have to make war. And how do you make war? You're gonna have to pray, read your Bible, and fast. Fast from it and fast from the things that make you think about it. Yeah, and that's making war straight out, saying to your body, you're not warring with the devil, you're not warring with God, you're not warring with porn, you're warring with yourself, your body that's used to these things, and now you want to change your algorithm. You're changing your algorithm, your software, your mental state, the way you think, your
Getting
logic.
an upgrade.
Yes, you upgrading yourself to a new software, to a better upgrade software that doesn't allow you to go to that or doesn't allow you to get tempted by those kind of things.
That's good.
Yeah, so go for it straight on, make war. Tell yourself, okay, 7 days, I'm going to cut this. I'm cutting it out, I still have a problem. I didn't yet beat it. Just say 7 days. I want to beat it just for 7 days.
My first goal, yeah.
Yes, your first goal. And then that's how we move forward with
I
winning
think I'd say
the
beat
thing.
it for the day.
Yeah, start small.
Beat it for the day,
Start
bro.
small,
No
yeah.
to say, today I didn't flop.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, because what that small pieces does is like the next day you actually feel like, at least I got a day behind. Let me at least. Yeah, bro. At least I didn't start for a day.
For someone that likes rewards, will start making tokens.
That's
like the like that,
Yeah.
like the AA.
Yeah. Oh, the AA does it.
Yeah, they do that.
Okay.
Paris.
That's dope. I think for me, support Liverpool Football Club.
GGMU.
Guys, so
Energy
yeah.
from there is like, no, I'm kidding. More of God, less of that. I think let me end with that because the homies done spit the juice here, bro, and I do appreciate it big time.
Facts, bro. So here's the thing, bro. If you can just get one past the first day, and you know, okay, sure, today didn't flop. Then the next day, then you start building that power, bro, to say it.
Confidence, strength against it. Yeah.
Then, bro, when the 7 days come, then you feel like, yo, I at least 7 days. I'm all right.
Yeah.
And then 7 days becomes 2 weeks. And 2 weeks become a month. And like we say, after a month, it really becomes like,
Yeah.
I'm all right.
And also,
Yeah.
I think also doing your research, like the dopamine and the serotonin, if you understand that those concepts, you understand what's happening to your body. You understand why you listen to do that and why you feel so crappy after you did it. If you can understand dopamine and serotonin and what it's doing, I think you'll do research and see how you can strategically beat it as well. You know, yeah.
And like Joe said, do research. There's a lot of people on the internet talk about it.
Yeah.
They discuss. There's a lot of testimonies of people that got over it, that recovered.
And sleep in a different room. If you have like a
And
baby
go and
bro
use the
or
bathroom in a
something.
different.
Explain why man sleep in a different room.
I was trying to figure out.
I think
What
let's,
did-
let's check.
what did
Said
Nate say?
You spoiled the whole show with that statement.
Who?
Nathan.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, nah,
thank you so
let's not
much.
get there, bro. Let's not go into
Thank you so
next
much
year.
for
You'll be
watching.
on the show.
This conversation needs to continue at some point, but maybe next year when we get back, we'll sort it out. But we need to speak about marriage. We need to have a conversation about what's appropriate in marriage. Styles wise and all that stuff, man, you know. These conversations, bruh, people are
Kama
struggling and
Sutra.
suffering in a stilte, bruh.
Oh, that's.
And people,
I thought something else.
Yeah.
I thought
That's
when
how
you
it's
said what's
been.
appropriate in marriage, what styles. Now I'm thinking, so gotta get
like
style.
Steve and things.
Nah, it ain't that one, bro.
Not
The
that.
other one.
Oh, the other style.
Other kind of styles. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Is Libby today the last show? There's no shows.
Monday.
No shop.
Is there nothing again happening after this?
This week's the last week.
Yo, guys,
Last
What is the
Monday.
last?
this is the last
year.
show for the year. And then we'll see you in
So we
22.
Real.
end it.
I hope that
Please
I
come
hope that
again.
I hope that Cyril doesn't make us not have a holiday because it sounds like he wants to.
When is the next?
He's
The
speaking
Sunday.
this week. He said this week he's gonna say now.
Hey.
Can I have an idea? Why not the last show where you go over your viral moments? Just like the weirdest things ever said here, and just the strangest things ever said, and you just comment. You just have a commentary around it. You know, you play it on the screen. All the weirdest moments. You go through every.
We can do that. Let's discuss that and see. But for now, just stay
because
tuned.
Paris has said some weird stuff.
Some weird stuff. Fact. But here's the thing, guys. For those of you who are still on there, we're closing. But please do. Here's the thing. Now, here's the thing. You have to like and you have to subscribe to the channel and switch on the bell, because if we do what Joey's suggesting, then it's gonna send you a message to say, "Twing, those people are here. They're doing something. Come check." So do that.
One.
Do
Can I
that.
plug myself in as well?
Go for it.
Yeah. So.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, so you can also check out my channel. I review sneakers. I also review
Kick It
now series and
It with
movies
Joe.
as well. So it's called Kick It with Joe. My YouTube channel is Joe Smith. The show's name is Kick It with Joe. And just come kick it with me. Let's have a nice time as well. And also subscribe and also ring
Yeah.
that bell thingy so it lets you know what's going down or if there's something new.
Get it. Let's get it.
Let me.
Facts. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. See you next year. Have a good Christmas. Have a good New Year's and all that like stuff. Bye bye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.